Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are doing my August wrap up. I have been saying September and we are not wrapping up September, we're wrapping up August. Alright, so we have my reading journal. Let's open up to August. Here is our August spread. There's our daily pages. And then here's all the books that we read. So we read 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We read 14 books in the month of August. And these are in no particular order. So we're just gonna go through them. So I read the first 3 books in the Plated Prisoner series, which is Guild, Glint, and Gleam. This is a fantasy romance. It is a King Midas retelling. And we are following our main character, Auren, and she is gold touched. So skin is gold, hair is gold, everything like that. And she is kept in a gilded cage, and that is where we start off. I don't want to tell you too much because I don't want to spoil anything, but when people say to read the Plated Prisoner series, they don't mean the first book, they mean the rest of them. Book 1 is more of a introduction to the world. It's more of a world building and setup and everything. So I gave book 1 4 stars. It was a solid start. I was bored at times, but that's what you get when you start a new fantasy series. You've got to have the world building and everything to kind of understand what's going to, like, the magic system and all of that. So solid start. I gave book 2 5 stars. So good. There is a little bit of spice in this one. There is no spice in this. But so freaking good. You get, this is where you start getting the feeling of the found family and things like that. Love this one. And then we get into Gleam. Gleam is where the romance picks up. There is a little bit of spice in this. So freaking good. I gave this one 5 stars. I am so excited to read book 3 in September. The books just keep getting bigger and bigger as they go. But yes. So, and then, well, not then, but just, I read This Summer Will Be Different. This is by Carly Fortune. It is a romance. And we are following our main characters, Lucy and Felix. And Lucy, this takes place on, well, it's in Canada. A lot of it takes place on Prince Edward Island. And there's a lot of Anne of Green Gables references in this book. The Anne of Green Gables references made me so happy because that is one of my favorites, like, of all time. Like, the movies, me and my grandma used to watch them together all the time. And so it just made my heart happy seeing all of the quotes and, like, little references to the books and the movies. And so in this, Felix and Lucy, so Lucy is going to spend the summer with her best friend on Prince Edward Island, and she ends up getting there before her best friend because her best friend's flight gets delayed, or she misses the flight or something. And she ends up in this, like, small little, like, restaurant / bar where she meets Felix. They have a one-night stand, and she later finds out that Felix is her best friend's younger brother. So it is best friend's brother, and she has one rule. Or, well, in their friendship, they have 3 rules for the summer. And one of them is don't fall in love with my brother. So freaking good. Highly recommend. I love this book. I ate it up. I don't know if you could tell, but I ate it up. A disappointment for me was Wildfire. So, I don't know. I just didn't like it as much as, look, I still even have my tabs in here. I did not like it as much as Icebreaker. So this is following Russ and Aurora, and they end up having a one-night stand and then find out that they're both going to be camp counselors at the same camp. And we follow them from there. I gave this book 2.5 stars. I don't know. I don't know what it was. It just wasn't for me. I was a little bit bored. And if it wasn't for the audiobook, I don't know if I would have finished it. But, yeah. If you love this book, more power to you. I wanted to love it so much, but I did not. All right. I finished book 3 in the Boys of Prescott High series. If you have not seen my other videos, this is a reverse harem. We are following Bernadette and the Havoc Boys. And in this high school, if you walk in and and say Havoc, then you can go to the Havoc boys. They will hear you out on what you need them to do. They will give you a price, and if you are willing to pay it, they will do your bidding. And that is where we start, where Bernadette comes in and was like, I'm calling Havoc, and then we follow them from there. I don't know if I said it, but this is a reverse harem. I gave this one 4 stars, solid 4 stars. It did end on a cliffhanger, so I'm excited to get into book 4 and see what happens next. I don't really want to tell you much about it because I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah. All right, so a lot of you watched my video of reading 200 pages a day or whatever, and you saw that I got the Blossom and Winter series off of TikTok Shop. This series, like, it was like every other video I was having like some kind of ad or somebody talking about, this series is on sale in the shop, get it, it's so spicy, it's so good, blah blah. No, no. The first book, the writing is so bad. It's choppy. It doesn't really mesh well. It reminds me a lot of early Wattpad days where they just throw stuff at you to keep the plot going, to keep you like reading because you want to know what happens next. And it worked. It worked because it worked on me. I do want to know what happens next. I just started the last book, so we'll see what it is. But I gave this one, I mean, I gave it 3 stars. That's being generous. But I don't know. You can tell this is a first novel for this author. And seeing some videos of her, I don't think English is her first language. And so I understand why some of the, of the dialogue and things don't really mesh. I did get some of the ick. And so I'm not going to go into full detail because I went into detail in that video. But yeah. And then books 2 and 3 get better. The writing, especially in book 3, is a lot better. So I gave this one 3 stars. I gave this one 3.5. So the writing is getting better as we go along. So I've only read the first 3 pages in book 4, so I can't really attest to say if it's still getting better. But so far it is. Would I recommend this series? Probably not. If you're curious, yeah, go ahead, because you'll have a wild ride, but it's not the best. And keeping on the trend of TikTok Shop, I got Lucky Charm by Anne Marie Meyer. This is a Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift retelling. I gave this 3.5 stars. There is no spice. It's a very clean romance. There's not a whole lot of language. So if that's something that you look for, I highly recommend. So basically, we are following our main characters, Emerson and Stone. And Stone is Emerson's brother's best friend in high school. They play football together, and something happens. Stone ends up getting an offer to the college that Emerson's brother wants to go to, and they do not offer her brother a scholarship. And then the family has a falling out, and then years later, they are now neighbors in the same apartment complex. Very, very cute. Very, very cute. This book is the writing is huge. I was able to binge this in a day. So freaking cute. Highly recommend. Yeah, it's brother's best. Let's see. These are the tropes. Fake relationship, overprotective hero. He's loved her since high school. Football star and singer. Next door neighbor, older brother's ex-best friend. So yeah, I recommend it. Is so freaking cute. I highly enjoyed it. And I have since gotten another book from this author. And that is The Inn on Harmony Island. This is I think it's like a single dad, I believe. So, yeah. All right, staying on the trend of TikTok Shop. I ordered a blind date with a book off of TikTok Shop. You could get it by trope. And I chose Age Gap, and I got Saving Zane by Casey Rose. Such a good short read. I read this in a day. It was on like 147 pages. I am definitely going to be reading more from this author. I already have some more of her books on my Amazon wish list to kind of remind myself to buy it. But so freaking cute. I gave this 4 stars. There is spice in this, not a whole lot, but there is some there. So basically we were following Zane. He is a Navy SEAL, and he is too close when a blast goes off, and he ends up losing his hearing. And he goes to Oakside, where they are going to teach him ASL. He's going to kind of get some therapy so that he can transition back into to society. And that's where he meets Carly. She does art therapy there. She's an artist, and we follow them from there. It is really cute. Some trigger warnings that I would look up is infertility issues. She does end up family loss and things like that. So check your trigger warnings before you go in this, but really, really cute read. I absolutely enjoyed it. We read Say You Swear. This follows Ariana and Noah. Noah Riley, you guys. Noah Riley. Perfect golden retriever. Like, love him so freaking much. I gave this book 5 stars. So basically we start off the summer before they start college, and Ariana has a crush on her brother's best friend Chase. Something happens and they kind of have a little bit of a falling out. She meets Noah at the beach. He accidentally hits her in the head with a football. And so, they end up, meeting back up at college and kind of spark a friendship, and things grow from there. It's so freaking good. This book had me crying. Oh my goodness. I love Noah Riley so much. You wrote it on the calendar and I drew the hearts. You drew the hearts in 3 colors on the calendar and in your bedroom and in your school planner and on the one in mine. So freaking cute. Love this book. All right. And then we read The Goal by Elle Kennedy. I gave this book 3 stars. We're following Sabrina and Tucker. This is a accidental pregnancy trope. So if you don't like that trope, then this book is not for you. So basically they are just, friends with benefits. They just, he falls for her first, I believe. And we find out that she's pregnant. We kind of go from there. I really enjoyed it. It's not my favorite of the series, but it wasn't bad. There's just not a whole lot to say, I guess. But, yeah. All right, the last book we're going to talk about is Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. As you can tell, I did tab some. Those are the tabs are things that I was like, wow, that's creepy, or trying to put together the mystery. So basically, Middle of the Night, we follow I keep wanting to say Eddie, but I don't think that's his name. Ethan. I knew that's not his name. So in the summer of 1994, Ethan and his best friend Billy are camping out in the backyard. And when Ethan wakes up, Billy is gone and there is a slash in the tent. We go back and forth between 1994 to present day. So 30 years later, Billy has not been found. Ethan has been having nightmares, and he comes back to town because he's watching after his parents' house, because his parents are actually moved. And so he's kind of getting his parents' house ready to be sold. And so when he comes back, creepy things start happening. And he's basically trying to figure out what happened to his childhood best friend. I gave this book 3.5 stars. It's not my favorite Riley Sager. The plot twist didn't hit me quite as much as other Riley Sager books that I've read, but I did enjoy it and I would recommend. So yeah, I would recommend the audiobook. I listened to the audiobook and read this at the same time. I just used my Spotify hours to read it. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. All right. That is our August wrap up. Done now. All right. So that is our August wrap up. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not already. Oh, we didn't even do a flip through, did we? Did we do a flip through? Okay. So I showed you August. And I don't know why I put that mustache there. It's just, there are the books that we read this month. Let's go to our chart is looking quite nice. And then this is what September, ignore the sticky note because that's how I keep up with my pages. If I finish a book, then I write the number of pages so that the next day, anyway. So this is what September is looking like. And we have already finished some books. I am currently doing a vlog of trying to read a book a day for 5 days. Today is the last day of that vlog. So stay tuned for that. But if you have not already, subscribe, become a part of my bookish community. It would make my day. Thank you so much for letting me hit 300 subscribers. My next goal is 400. Leave me a comment down below. What is something that you read in the month of August? Did you enjoy it? Do you have any recommendations for me? And I will see you in my next one.